This is episode 280, recorded September 11th, 2015. Packard Pokes At proved that Kim Davis didn't make a creamy Oreo with gay men. I want to thank Torva Rand from the chat room for this week's show title.
What time is it? It's Packard Pokes At time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesAt where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokes At and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokes At, and I'm poking at your news. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another fine edition of Packard Pokes At. I am your immutable and unmutable host, Packard Sonic. And joining me tonight from the far west coast is Connie, Practical Magic 9.
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Yeah.
I like Weird Al's.
What could possibly go wrong, right?
What could possibly go wrong? I like Weird Al's version of that actually better. I think the
Rye or the Kaiser.
The Rye or the Kaiser, right? I apologize if the video and everything's a little off. I am still doing the show alone here, so it's a little difficult to get all this extra stuff I have to do all set up while we're doing it. So, speaking of technical stuff, I'm considering moving the show from Vaughn Live over to YouTube directly and then broadcasting from there. However, there is some caveats to that. The live streaming thing there is just in beta mode now, so I don't know if it's going to go out and then they're going to just get rid of it altogether. I don't know. And then there's a hardware issue. I don't know what's all involved there. But we have a poll over at the Facebook.com/Packard Pokes At. You get three options. You get to select either stay at Vaughn Live, just move away from Vaughn Live, and then the third option is once I get new hardware, simultaneously shoot from Vaughn Live and YouTube at the same time. So if you go over to Facebook.com/Packard Pokes At, and you should see the poll there. So go ahead and vote. If you're listening to this in your car, stop your car. Don't do it while you're driving. I'm just serious. Don't do it while you're driving, because I will not be held responsible for you driving off the road trying to vote in our poll. And if you haven't liked the show, go over and hit the like on the like button over there too. You know, it's a cold day in hell when Fox News is right. And it was a little chilly this morning, so I'm thinking that's what the problem was. Fox News panel had concluded that Kim Davis's lawyer... Now, we're not going to talk about so much that stupid bitch right now, but we will be mentioning her shortly. But her lawyer is fucking ridiculously stupid is what they actually said. They actually called him ridiculously stupid. Apparently, he said that Kim Davis should not have been put in jail and that the Constitution doesn't say that she's supposed to follow the law. The Fox News host, Greg Jarrett, noted that she can still practice her faith, just not in the job in a way that interferes with the legal rights and the citizens that she serves. And in fact, the U.S. Supreme Court said so 9 years ago. She's a hypocrite. Criminal defense attorney Sharon Lyko agreed. She's applying for the job of martyr. She wants to practice her faith by not issuing marriage licenses. Yet, she will not agree to let the deputy county clerks issue marriage licenses, even though it's okay with their faiths. So she's basically putting her faith above theirs. So it's like saying, oh, my faith is better than yours? Davis's attorney said that the Supreme Court didn't have constitutional authority to enforce these laws. When it says in Article 3, Section 2 of the Constitution, it gives the Supreme Court constitutional authority to decide on, get this, constitutional issues. Imagine that. It's in the fucking Constitution. Apparently, I don't know where Davis has got his license to practice law. I mean, he had to pass the bar. I'm thinking, it was a
candy bar.
Candy bar? It was a candy bar. Or I think the bar that he went to had a true drink minimum. I'm just saying.
Called Chock full of nuts.
Chock full of nuts.
I think his license to practice law came out of a box of cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
It was on the back. You mail in so many box tops.
Mail in 5 box tops, and we'll send you a law degree. Well, in Kentucky, it's almost that easy.
Right?
What's that, Connie?
And a secret decoder ring.
And a secret decoder ring. No, you have to send in 7. You have to send in 7 for the secret decoder ring. I've tried. That's a lot of cornflakes.
Decode all the Bible codes. Yeah.
Yeah, Dawkins Dog in the chat room said the bar he went to was Hooters, is why he's representing ignorant tits.
Oh goodness, the GOP fails. The conservatives fail at civics so roundly. I just constitutionality is exactly what the Supreme Court is there for. The laws passed by Congress or by lower courts.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's where we go, and we've decided that's the
right.
That's part of that third leg of government.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps everything kosher. What I really hope, though, is that Ms. Davis's lawyer has at least some understanding of fair use and copyright law, because the band Survivor is getting ready to sue them for the use of the song "Eye of the Tiger" upon Kim Davis's release.
Yes.
She actually went to jail just a little bit longer than Paris Hilton, but it wasn't much. She really suffered for Jeebus, right?
Yeah. The thing is, though, apparently she's not going back to work until this next Monday. Why she got a whole week off, I don't know. Because I was under the impression she was going to go back to work immediately after she was out of jail.
It's actually kind of interesting because she gets paid more than anybody else, twice as much as most other county employees.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all this very nepotistic, because with her mother got her the job and she got her son a job, and they can decide how many days off they get. They can set their own salaries. I mean, there was a cap that was placed on this in 2010 when her mother was still clerk. But yeah, it's
wow, that's pretty fucking nice.
Deal.
That's a fucking sweet deal. How you can set the limit of how much you get paid? Oh, gee, let's see. She gets what? I think she gets what? About
$82,000 to $85,000 a year.
80. That's what? A quarter? It's near $250,000. Just a 3/4 of a million a year, roughly. I don't do
less than 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. Yeah.
I read online that her salary of about 80 to 85 is double of even what most other county employees make.
Wow.
I think that the sheriff or the chief of police was making like 34, 35. And,
What?
So yeah, she's.
Damn. She could fucking go to jail just for. I think she should go to jail for, if she set her cap that high. I mean, my gosh. I mean, she's obviously robbing them fucking blind.
Yeah, but her son will probably still manage to take over her spot. I don't know. It's And
you made an interesting point there, is when her mother was in the position and now she's in the position, of course, and now she's added her son to the position. They think it's a family fucking business. It's like, yeah, we can do what we want. It's our court, it's our county. You can't do anything without us.
I think that and then back to her lawyer, there was another interview that he had on a conservative radio show called Wall Builders Live. And Staver, the attorney, said forcing Davis to do this job is like making her grant a license to sodomize children.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, how the hell do you equate the two? You're giving somebody a license to consenting adults to get, hitched legally. To sodomize children, There's a thing called consent. You can't do that. That's illegal.
Yeah. He's dumber than a bucket of nails, I think.
Nails are useful. This guy isn't. He
Nails are... No, that's right. Nails are useful. Dang it. That's right. Okay.
Apparently he said a clerk provides licensing to do something, Staver said. In this case, they're licensing something that is directly and contrary to the core of their religious convictions to engage in sinful activities among same-sex relationships, and the sanctity something that is contrary to the scriptures, and that is marriage of two people of the same sex. First off, it doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. It does not say anywhere in the Bible that two people of the same sex can't get married. It just doesn't. I'd like to have somebody, I'd like one religious person out there who actually comes and, watches a show once in a while. Show me a scripture, point it out where it says exactly this. It says exactly this. It says two people of the same gender cannot be married. It has to say that. It can't say, gobbledygook, 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 and then mold it to that. No, it has to say two people of the same sex cannot be married. And marriage isn't even a man and just woman thing. If you've actually read the goddamn Bible, there is multiple women and single guys throughout the goddamn Bible. It's not just one man and one woman. It's never been that way. These people who are saying this shit, they're pulling it out of their ass.
Well, she's not supposed to be telling men what to do, according to the Bible.
That's true.
They're supposed to be obeying the laws of the land, according to the Bible, according to the New Testament, even.
Yeah.
It's all convoluted. It's just what they wanted to say, and yeah.
And there was a comment here that from Torvin that she was a Democratic candidate, and I saw that too. And I have to say that I was deeply disappointed when I heard that. I was like, most Democrats that I know are generally for, people having the same rights as everybody else. This is completely bass backwards. Of course, this is Kentucky. What the fuck am I thinking?
No, that's what I was thinking too, Packard. There was an article, one of the many things I was reading, and said, yeah, being a Democrat in Kentucky is not the same Democrat in an Eastern Board state, other places. They're more conservative, so I don't really know what makes them different. That was confusing to me. But she just narrowly won her last elections, I think. She was nearly unseated, and she defeated another Democrat, but at this point I don't know what that means.
Yeah, there was a comment here. Torvin said, Kid Davis was the Democratic candidate. How bad must have been the Republican that she barely won against B. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I would hate to see if it had been a Republican. I'd hate to see, what they would have done. They probably would have stopped all marriage licenses before the ruling came out, just to fuck with people even more. So, who knows? I guess we won't find out. So, anyway.
And honestly, like Torvin's pointed out, whoever is the one guiding this hand, and given how she's dressing and all of that, I would have to say it's probably a very conservative Baptist or some kind of level of fundamentalist. But yeah, I didn't discover what Kim Davis' religious background is. So.
From what I understand, she went from two different versions of Christianity. She went to from one other version to an apostolic Christian. I don't remember what the other one was. But, I mean, what fucking difference does it make? You went from one batshit crazy version of your religion to another version of your batshit crazy religion. So you basically... the only thing you did was change the name. You changed the lettering on the door, Yeah. It still says... But if you open the door, it's still a bathroom, Well, it's a shit house.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to talk about Staver, but boy,
yeah, I know we were going to talk about Staver, but whatever.
When you have a train wreck like Davis,
this is just this woman
just
is.
Can't stop looking at it,
Yeah, this woman is a fucking train wreck. Wait,
and her Elmer Fudd husband.
Yes.
Be very, very quiet.
Be very, very quiet.
Teach me how to be sensible, logical, responsible, practical.
And tonight we have the logic game, and Connie has been very good about trying to figure out these logic things too. So let's get our question here is, I maintain long-term cycles are the cause of global warming. Show me I'm wrong. Is this A, confirmation bias, B, appeal to novel thinking, C, ad hoc rescue, or D, burden of proof?
D, burden of proof.
You want to think about that for a moment?
Okay. Dum, 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 dum. It could be appeal to novelty thinking. Could be confirmation bias. I choose D, Packard.
Okay.
Yes, I see Dawkins.
Dawkins is also saying D. Let's see. Torvin say appeal to Sonic. Yes, it's always appeal to Sonic. Alrighty, well, let's see what the answer is. You are correct. It is burden of proof D. The burden of proof lies with someone who is making the claim. It is not upon anyone else to disprove. The inability or disinclination to disapprove a claim does not render the claim valid, nor does it give it any credence whatsoever. Yeah, if you make a claim, you have to prove it. If I make a claim, I have to prove it. And it's not up to me to disprove your claim. If you say you have a magic dragon living in your basement, you might have a dragon. I don't know. It's not for me to disprove it. It's you to prove it. Because you have.
How else do we get rid of bodies anyway? Sorry,
well,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, but it's up to the person who is making the positive claim to prove it. It's always that way. Christians like to say, no, you have to disprove my God. Okay, then you have to disprove leprechauns. Disprove that the magical flying pink elephants living on Mars don't exist. Prove that. My favorite one is when they say, well, prove God didn't create the universe. I say, well, disprove that an alien named Bob brewing beer on his still at home when it exploded, that created the universe. Prove that didn't happen that way. That's my favorite way of answering it.
And thus was the game of beer pong invented. How that would be Bob's name.
Dawkins Dog said, isn't ad hoc rescue when the Thunderbirds turn up whenever a vehicle is to hand?
Oh, goodness.
Tarvin says, I have a magic dragon in my basement. You have to use this drug to see it.
Still a better story than the Bible.
That's way better story than the Bible then.
Oh, yeah.
Dawkins says, I've told theists I have an invisible giraffe up my arse. Whenever they say I haven't, I reply, my invisible giraffe disagrees. Oh, that's a good one too. Oh, I may start using that one too. Alrighty. Okay, well, we have a quick commercial we need to get to, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Contact us by email at ppappodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter as at Packard Pokes At. Like us on Facebook.com/Packard Pokes At. Call our Google Voice and leave a message at 662-709-PPAP or 662-709-7727, and we will respond to it on the show. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Join us live at vonlive.tv/Packard Pokes At. During the show, you can share your thoughts with us by calling 857-216-3200 using PIN number 35368 or on uberconference.com/Packard Pokes At. For links to the stories, visit our show page at packardpokesat.wordpress.com. You can help support the show by purchasing merchandise from cafepress.com/Packard Pokes At, or make a donation to the show at patreon.com/Packard Pokes At. If you can't afford any money, why not share the show with your friends and rate us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, and on YouTube. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
What if there's a really bad, crummy guy who's going to jail, but I know he's innocent?
Well, Bart, your Uncle Arthur used to have a saying. Shoot 'em all and let God sort 'em out. Unfortunately, one day he put his theory into practice. It took 75 federal marshals to bring him down. Now let's never speak of him again.
You know, the thing is about the police department, they have these things on their cars saying, you know, to protect and serve. And that's exactly what they're supposed to do. And in fact, one of the things is that when they are protecting and serving, you're supposed to pick the people who actually fit the job description. You know, are you brave, loyal, trusty, and can you point and shoot, I guess. I don't know what it takes to actually become a police officer. Maybe you just say, yeah, do I look good in this badge? Yeah, oh, yeah, I think that badge looks really good on me. So, or it's over here. I don't know where it's at. I tried to deal with the police as little as possible. So, so I don't get a good, hard, long look at them. However, down in Texas, they think the requirement to become a law officer is that you have to be religious and you have to be a specific type of religion. You have to be a Baptist. And a case against Williamson County could go forward as a job applicant claimed that the commissioners had a religious test for the constable job. Robert Lloyd explained at a press conference that Williamson County was asked about his views on marriage, abortion, religion during a 2013 interview for a job at the Williamson County Precinct 3. And he said he was shocked. According to KVUE, I was sick to my stomach when I left because I never believed that things like this were in government would go on. The video deposition obtained by the KVUE show Williamson County Commissioner Lisa Berkman and other commissioners admitted that applicants were asked about abortion and marriage. They freely fucking admitted this. This is bullshit. You can't ask them this. There's this thing in the Constitution. It says you cannot employ somebody or deny somebody a job based on what they believe. There should be no religious test. And the thing is here that the county spent apparently over $200,000 defending their hiring practices. Connie, your thoughts?
I'm really hoping that this person is not making it too narrow by saying, you know, you had to be Baptist, because that might be something that could be refuted. They're not saying anywhere here what the 5 commissioner members, what affiliation of Christianity that they are. But I think I found online that in Texas, the biggest churches are Baptist or fundamentalist. And so it's actually too much of a stretch. The fact that, though, they were trying to suss out somebody's religious affiliation and how strongly they identify with issues that the church likes to mandate on was pretty obvious. And actually, the woman, Lisa Berkman, is on video, on camera, saying, yeah, we asked these questions.
They're not allowed to ask those questions.
So...
You know, they can't. They can't.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to. If you go to work at a fucking 7-Eleven, you know, they can't ask you what are your views on abortion, what are your views on religion, what do you believe. They can't ask you those questions. Apparently, Lloyd's lawyer Wayne Krause Yang asserted that at a press conference at the commissioners refused to hire applicants who were not Baptist. So it does say that in the thing there. So
yeah. I think, I don't know, like I said, I think that might be a way that they could, the commission could probably worm their way out of it, saying, well, we don't want them to have to necessarily be Baptist, which would be unfortunate because the people bringing this forward, now that they've come forward, there are more people who are saying, yes, I was asked this. Yeah. And the fact is, because Lloyd's answer was not definitive, the commissioners and it said it affected his ability to be a constable. I read the word constable, and I'm sorry. I did have to look it up. I'm going, isn't that like an really old-fashioned word for a
Actually,
sheriff?
yeah,
Sure enough.
actually it is. It's the old-fashioned word for, a peace officer, basically.
Yeah, a peace officer. They sometimes have varying degrees of duties. Texas manages to screw up nearly everything they do.
Yes, they do. Apparently, Dawkins' dog, he's over in England. He says constable is still a term that's used there. That it's very old English. He also said that when you're not allowed to plead the fifth when applying for a job. That violates the first. So yeah, and honestly, they shouldn't be asking these questions. They're technically not allowed to.
Well, somebody has to fight it, though. And if you're in a small town where everybody wants to toe the line, and they're the people that you sit at a pew with, and they're the people that you see in the shopping center, and they, just too much power, too much heady power in a small podunk town. Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but I'm really hoping that this person, Lloyd, I'm hoping that he wins his case. I don't exactly know what'll happen then. How are you going to have oversight? It's, again, back to Kim Davis. Who is going to be oversight saying that she's not telling the other clerks, hey, you shouldn't be signing that? Yeah. In her own private way, right? Who's going to rat on her? Who's going to rat on these commissioners? Yeah,
I'm hoping that...
Say, well, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I hope that if somebody is, if she does, because she's not supposed to even influence their decision making or interfere with them in any way, directly or indirectly, and if she does, she will be going back to jail. I guess come Monday we'll find out if she ends up in jail, and she's gonna be under a fucking microscope. She thinks she's I'm Miss. This is not even this story, but she thinks she's Miss Persecution of the Year. So, but she doesn't realize the microscope that she's been put herself under. She didn't just, climb under there. It's like, oh, hey, take a look at my faith or whatever. Look how good I am. But she's underneath that microscope now, and she's going to be watched like a hawk. And if she goes back to jail, I hope they throw away the key or lose it. So,
well, it's scary how much transparency we really don't have, in government, I guess. And some people want to do these jobs because they really want to make things better, and some people just want to do this job because they're that hall monitor who has a grudge against people. You know.
Dawkins' dog made a very interesting comment here. He says the problem is those who fight these injustices risk being ostracized by the community and made pariahs of, and that's very true. Right. That's very true, actually. Yep.
And it could be very ugly for Lloyd. He was a police officer of some sort before he moved there, and he applied for a job, but he wasn't able to get on the force, and he has been a junior high or a high school teacher down there, but he just applied because there was a constable position that came open, and this was a couple of years ago. This has actually been ongoing.
Right.
It's just now coming to court because, like I said, $200,000 has already been spent.
Yeah.
On this, and I saw that the commissioners feel very confident, not answering questions now. They're saving it for the court case.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I hope the Freedom for Religion Foundation is involved in this. Are they going to
call him? Yeah.
And the ACLU. I hope the ACLU is involved too, because if it costs, they'll make them spend all the money they've got. If they think that's what it's going to take, then they are completely in the wrong here. They just don't realize it. And they think that they're above the law. Well, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We're the police, or we're the county, basically. We say what happens in our county. We want to throw you in jail because we don't like the way you look for whatever reason. Fuck, we'll make up a charge. And Dawkins' dog also made another interesting point here. He said, would you want to piss off the police if you lived in a small town? That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point.
Well, and He's just implicated. He's just implicated not just the commission. He's implicated the police department, saying that they only want to hire people within their own religion, and he is inadvertently maybe insulted. And I don't know. Besides teachers, the other union that's really solid like that tends to be police officers.
Yep.
It's they'll fight. They may not like the people that they work.
Yeah.
They stand together, so
Right.
I don't know. Hopefully that'll be okay.
Yes, exactly.
Why does everyone keep thinking I'm a troll?
We have a lot of news stories that we have to cover here on the show, and sometimes we come across news stories that are sometimes a little difficult to tell if they are real stories or they're fake stories written up really well. So tonight we have our True or Troll segment. I'm going to give Connie this the headline, and she has to determine by the headline alone if the story that we're talking about is a real story or a made up. So we should have a little bit of fun with this. Okay. The first one here is, we need to drop a nuclear bomb on Mars, says a top space pioneer. Is this true or is this a troll story?
Troll.
No, that's actually true.
Fuck!
So let's give, so we get, Connie gets the wrong buzzer on that one.
Oh, God.
Okay. Top headline story. Guy spends an entire year texting a girl about his lost sunglasses. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
True.
That is true. That is a true story. That one is from The Mirror. Okay, our next one. Tearful anthropologist discovers dead ancestor of humans 100,000 years too late. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
True.
No, that is wrong. That is from The Onion. And now, saying it is 9/11 as the night of this broadcast, where our thoughts go out to them, there is a question that came up on one of the news sites I checked out. The Department of Homeland Security is not about to raise alert level for the 14th anniversary of 9/11. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
True.
No, I'm sorry. That's a troll headline. That's from The Onion.
That's just what they want us to think.
That's... All right, quote from Sarah Palin. Native Americans should go back to Nativia. Is this a troll story headline or is this a true headline?
Oh, God. True?
No, that is also a troll headline. That is from the Daily Current.
She could have said it.
That sounds like she would say.
Palin and Bachman onion stories always get me every time.
Okay, here's our next one. Donald Trump thinks of one woman who's not a disgusting animal. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Troll.
That is correct. That is also from the Daily Current.
Oh my goodness.
Here's our next one. Justin Bieber's fourth cousin is slightly injured in Nepal earthquake. Is this a troll story or is this a true story?
True.
No, that is a troll story. That's also from the Daily Current.
I don't know his genealogy.
Teens who break the 9 p.m. dating curfew may have to be married. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Troll.
No, that is actually true. There's over in Java. It's a new law that that's going to start taking place in October. That if you are out past 9 p.m. with somebody, you might be forced to get married. So that's actually true.
Oh, wow. Well.
Yes, I know. That's a date from hell.
Now West Virginia's eyeing that law. Dang, that sounds pretty good. Get rid of that Planned Parenthood. Just bring that in there.
Uh-huh. We just have a few more here. Kansas State apologizes for the phallic marching band formation. Is this a true story or is this a fake story?
True.
Yes, that is actually true.
I couldn't find the video, though. They had to take the video. I'm going, wow. I didn't realize marching band formations were that detailed.
Apparently what they happened in that one is they accidentally, when they were marching, they kind of made a penis shape. So, the cock and the balls. Next headline. Massachusetts police officer shot his own patrol car, staged the crime scene. Is this a fake story or is this a true story?
I want that to be true.
That is true! We have a quote from Michelle Bachmann. Muslims invented global warming to destroy the U.S. economy. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Troll.
Yeah, it is correct.
I want it to be true.
Nude selfies sent to the HR manager nixed the job offer. Is this a true story or is this a troll story?
Oh gosh. True.
That is correct. That is from NBC.
Jeez. Well, that escalated quickly. I don't know if she got the raise, but I bet he did.
Okay, we got one more, and then we're going to have to get out of here. Police return a stolen car with cocaine, a crack pipe, and a pellet gun inside. Is this a true story, or is this a troll story?
Troll.
No, that's actually true. That came from on the UPI site. And there's actually a photograph of a pellet gun and some other stuff that were right next to it that were that turned out to be crack and cocaine, or crack cocaine or whatever, and a crack pipe there.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
I want to arrest him again. We like you so much.
We like you so much.
See you next weekend.
All right, well, I want to thank everybody that came to the chat room. If you like this segment, let us know on the Facebook page or at packardpokesat.wordpress.com when the show posts, or on YouTube or whatever down here in the comment section below, and we'll maybe do this again sometime. Let us know if you like this, or do you want me to bring back Mr. Priestley. Right now he's down in Kentucky with Davis, giving her a hand job.
He wants to be lucky number 5.
He wants to be lucky number 5.
Did you give him bus fare back, or was it just there?
No, I just gave him a bus ticket one way. If he's going to come back, he's got to come back on his own. I'm not...
Right.
That fucker can walk back for all I care. So...
It's a miracle.
Alrighty, well, see you next week. This has been Packard Pokes At. We just poked at your news.
And that's a wrap.